My name is James Mose. I'm the CEO of Kuza Asset Management. So Kuza Asset Management is a fund manager licensed by both the Capital Markets Authority, that's CMA, and the Retirement Benefits Authority, that's RBA, to offer investment products and give investment advice to the Kenyan public. So currently, Kuza manages over 1.2 billion in assets under management. And this has been backed by over 2,000 clients. Just reflecting on today's theme, finish strong. Reflect, adjust, and achieve your investment goals with intent. There can't be a better time to have such a beautiful, powerful discussion than now. We are in August. So 7 months done in the year. We have 5 months to go. Just think about all those goals you set to achieve at the beginning of the year. More specifically, those financial goals you set to achieve. How are you faring on? How are you doing? As we reflect, I'd like to share my journey, my financial and investments journey. I started my career at Dye & Blair Investment Bank as an investment planner. Then went to Stanbic Bank as a research analyst. Left Stanbic, went to Old Mutual Investment Group as a portfolio manager, UAP Investments portfolio manager, then Britam Asset Managers as a chief investment officer. At the time I was leaving Britam, I was overseeing over 240 billion worth of clients' money. Then now Kuza Asset Management as founder and CEO. That's a journey of 18 years. There I give away my age, just to be very specific. I'm 41 years. So 18 years. What have I learned in those 18 years? What money mistakes have I made? What money successes have I achieved? I like to be a bit vulnerable and share my money mistakes. I remember when I was at Dye & Blair as an investment planner, Barclays Bank, now ABSA, came to Dye & Blair and they were introducing us to credit cards. I was very excited because I wasn't very happy with my pay. I was like, I can now live the life I want. Very fast, I got that credit card, and at no time I'd maxed that credit card. And now the pain started, paying the interest and principal. I really struggled to actually pay the interest and principal. And I couldn't even remember what exactly I'd used that money for. Then fast forward 2013. Now I was a portfolio manager at Old Mutual Investment Group. With my friends and some people in the industry, investment clubs were the in thing. We were like, we need to also have an investment club. 7 of us. We came together, registered an investment club, put in 300,000 each. So that was 2.1 million we raised. And quickly we were like, we need to buy land. We went somewhere in Narok. in a remote area. We got ourselves 50 acres. 2013, we got ourselves 50 acres. 11 years later, we don't have a title for that parcel of land. Granted, that transaction had its own challenges. But the main reason why we don't have a title to date has little to do with the challenges that parcel of land has. It's just because there is no chemistry between the seven of us. Even a simple meeting, we can't get to sit to have a meeting. All of a sudden, all of us are busy. Everyone wants to delegate. Enough of my money mistakes. What are the successes I like to share? One of my main success is learning from my mistakes and actually learning from people's mistakes. Like now, I have one of the best relationships with my credit card. Actually, I hardly use a debit card. Money comes to my account, I sweep it to money market account. That would be the Kuza money market account, currently giving 17.2%. Then I'll start using my credit card. But make sure that I pay all that balance within 50 days, because that's the window within which no interest accrues. And for investment clubs, it's not my cup of tea. But I'm not saying investment clubs are bad. I've had beautiful stories about investment clubs. Actually, I have quite a number of clients who've invested with Kuza Asset Management through the investment clubs. But you must make sure that as members of that investment club, you're reading from the same script. You are aligned. My other key money success is investing in myself. I remember early in my career when I knew finance was my career. It was very clear to me that to stand out, I had to do CFA, that's Chartered Financial Analyst. And the moment I finished CFA, it unlocked my earning power. I was very confident taking interviews, negotiating for pay, and that hastened the period it took for me to grow my wealth. All of us are in different industries. But you must make sure, we are here for financial literacy. We're investing the money we have. But we can do something to actually increase that money. So whichever industry you are in, what is this professional paper that if you did, you will stand out? It will open doors for you. Do it. And once you get an opportunity because of standing out, you must deliver. You must demonstrate the skills and the knowledge that then you learned from pursuing those professional papers. My other key money success is ensuring that I'm no person's lender of last resort. I'm sure all of us, we have our experiences here. You give your friend money. Whenever they're asking for this money, they have a plan on how exactly they'll pay you back. They're very clear how long it will take. Within 2 weeks. within 3 weeks, I'll pay you back. Then you wonder, if these guys had such a plan, how come they're in this mess right now? But I mean, you go ahead and give them. But most of the time, you're the one chasing them. And hardly does it come back. Why should you work so hard building your emergency fund for you to fund other people's emergencies? Does it make sense? So your emergency fund should be for your emergencies. I know all of us here, we have our mistakes, money mistakes, we have our successes. As we reflect, just as per the theme, we're all in different investment life cycles. Broadly, there are 4 investment life cycles. We have the accumulation of wealth, the growth and management of wealth. We have the preservation of wealth. We have the distribution of wealth. So, and these investment life cycles are really dictated by your age. So maybe you're working towards a specific goal. It could be paying down that debt. It could be putting up that deposit to buy a house. It could be building an emergency fund. Saving towards that car. Putting up an education fund for your kids, high school fees, or even university fees. Then the question is, how do you remain focused and ensure you achieve that goal? How do you remain focused? At times investments can be boring. How can you excite that journey? Case in point, let's pick an emergency fund. How long should an emergency fund last us? It's a question. Yeah, be more confident. That's the correct answer. Exactly, 6 months. So you're working towards this emergency fund that should last you 6 months in the event you lost your income. Let's assume your monthly expenses add up to 200,000. So then it means your emergency fund should be 200,000 times 6. That's what? 1.2 million. So then you check your payslip. The most you can save on a monthly basis is 100,000. So how long will it take you to get to that target of 1.2 million? 1 year, right? 12 months. How do you ensure that every month you put away that 100,000 so that by the end of 12 months, you are at 1.2 million? So that's a 12-month goal. 12 months can be long. 12 months can be long. So for you to remain focused and to excite that journey, you can break it down to shorter goals. Maybe 3 months. So quarterly. So you say, my annual goal is to get to 1.2 million. But every quarter, I need to have saved 300,000. And once I hit my quarterly goal, I have to reward myself. So we can start with the first 300,000. You say my reward will be 10,000. Once you hit that 300,000, you pay yourself 10,000. You treat yourself. Whatever makes you happy. Then, the next 3 months, you'll be at 600,000. You make even the reward higher, just to make it more exciting. 20,000, you reward yourself. 9 months, 900,000. Double it. 40,000 reward. 12 months, double that reward to 80,000. You can even take a trip for the family. But you see, that 80,000 you're paying yourself on the 12th month, the 20,000, the 40,000 you're paying yourself on the 9th month, the 20,000 you're paying yourself on the 6th month, and even the 10,000 you're paying yourself on the 3 months, all these can actually come from interest that this money is accruing. Like now, money market rates, because an emergency fund should be in a money market fund, because it should be easily accessible. So all these can be paid by the interest. But what exactly this has done is that it's encouraged you, it's motivated you, but you've achieved this goal of hitting the 1.2 million within 12 months. Then now from the second year, you'll be working towards a different goal. The 1.2 million can grow. That thing we need to note is that as we do our investments, markets go through cycles. So each cycle, there are key asset classes that perform very well. For instance, right now, interest rates are very high. The government is paying you almost 18%. Money market rates are at 17%. But does it mean the government will always be paying 18%? As we go to next year, every indication is pointing towards these rates coming off. Because already, for those who watched news this week, the central bank cut the central bank rate by 0.25% from 13 to 12.75, pointing towards these rates actually starting to come off. So as we go to next year, equities are expected to perform well. But as an investor, how do you stay in touch with these market movements and these market cycles? It may not be possible to do it by yourself. You must partner with a professional. That could be a fund manager, regulated, a financial advisor that can be trusted to handhold you as you move your portfolio to take advantage of market cycles. And if you're thinking about a fund manager, think no further. Kuza Asset Management will be more than happy to partner with you. Kwa hiyo mengi na machache, thank you for listening to me.
Good enough. I think we can do better than that. I told you you're hearing from industry experts. James, we've already got questions from guys who are online. Thank you so much for those who are, as you can see, we are following your questions here. You can zoom in here, Mr. Cameraman, so they can see we are following what you're doing here. Thank you. Here's a question, and it came in earlier on. This is from I think it's Grace, who was in Canada, who was asking, I'm outside of the country. How can I start investing here?
Okay, that's a great question. We've had experiences whereby when interest rates started going up and government was paying in infrastructure bonds rates as high as 18%. This was very exciting. So we have, like for instance at Kuza, Kenyans who've invested with us from the US, from the UK. We have even someone who's invested with us from Senegal, Qatar, Netherlands. So even for her, who's in Canada, should be able to invest locally. You just need to be clear which goal you're working towards. So if, for instance, you want to open a dollar money market fund, it's possible to do a wire remittance to, say, the Kuza dollar money market fund. The custodian is KCB. It accepts those foreign transfers. And if, for instance, you want to even invest, say, in a government bond, and you clear which bond you'd want to invest in, you can also similarly do a wire transfer. Our custodian is Stanbic Bank. So it's possible. We have presidents, we have enough Kenyans from outside who've invested with us. And even for her, it should be possible to actually invest.
That's right. And can I give you just some perspective? If you look at, please correct me if I'm wrong. Currently on the Nairobi Securities Exchange, is it true that over 60% of the transactions that happen on our Nairobi Securities Exchange are by foreigners? Yes. So that's money coming from outside. So there's an opportunity for those who are outside to do so, but I'm also challenging all those who I'm looking at here. Where is your money? If you're not investing locally, where is it? This is an opportunity for you to begin to make changes in your life. And so please get started there. I'll take one question here, if you can. The first person to put their hand up, I'm going to give you that chance now to ask James before he has a seat and follow. Anyone in the room who has a question, your opportunity, there you go.
My name is Rachel. I'm happy to know that your money market fund is doing so well. My question is on the management fees. What is the management fees and therefore the net interest?
Thank you.
That's a very good question. Because at the end of the day, you'd want to know what's my take home. As I answer her question, I like to give a perspective. In Kenya, we have about 90 million bank accounts. What's the Kenyan population? How many are we? Sorry? Over 50 million. But we have 90 million plus bank accounts. It means, like now, for instance, James, I have like 4. Waceke here maybe has 10. But do you know how many money market accounts we have in the country? Do you know how many? Less than 1 million. And that's why the job that Centonomy is doing is a great job. The biggest issue with us Kenyans is that we are financially illiterate. That's the truth. We don't know. That's why banks are very happy. We're giving our money to banks for free. In Kenya currently, we have about 6 trillion in deposits in banks, of which about 2 trillion is money sitting in current accounts, earning 0. That's your 20,000 with Equity Bank, your 100,000 with Sunchart in the current account because you just want to see it. That money should be in a money market account. Because with a money market account, if you want the money, you can get it within 24 to 48 hours. Even an emergency can wait for a day. So to your question, our money market currently is yielding 17.2%. That's net of management fees. So already at 17.2%, we've paid ourselves as Kuza Asset Management 2% management fees. What you need to worry about, that 17.2%, is withholding tax, 15% that is paid to the government. So 0.85 times 17.2. I can see Kuza people here. Help me with that math. Tell us. What's the net? You can shout. 14.62. That will be your take home. And it compounds on a monthly basis. Asanteni sana.